I'd like to show you my application for tracking cyber attacks and data breaches. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services online database, which has been updated since 2009, will be used to describe data breaches involving individually identifiable information that were reported by organizations that are subject to the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. The application's link is provided here. Let's begin. This app's development was inspired by some reasons. I started by reading an article about the Cybersecurity Awareness Month in October 2022. Second, I saw a huge number 385,143,148 of individual impacted by the breaches when I checked the data. Finally, I think everyone has a right to search which company had been breached to protect their personal data from digital forms of crime. Data source is from U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Office for Civil Rights. Breach portal, notice to the Secretary of HHS breach of unsecured protected health information. You can find the link below. Let's take a look at the app. The application is divided into two sessions, the first of which is the user interface, and the second of which is the server. 385,148 people are impacted by the data, which was gathered from 2009 to 2023. Walgreens had the most number of attacks, according to 4557 reports. The line plot and bar plot both displayed the number of affected individuals as well as the number of reports over the course of the year. The bar plot was displayed on the right-hand axis, and the line chart was displayed on the left-hand axis. Let's look at the hover. As you can see, the first number is the year, followed by the number of the report, the number of people affected, the difference between the report from the previous year, and finally the number of people affected by the difference on the year before. The bar chart and line chart for the 12 months of the year you chose are displayed when you click on the bar chart. The only difference between it and the chart I just mentioned is that instead of covering the entire year, it only covers the months. The chart can be downloaded. When you click the button, the data table appears, and you can download it as well. The numbers of the report are shown by state on this US map. The number was indicated by color in the color-coded legend. The bar chart and lie plot over the year, which looked like the earlier chart I mentioned, are visible if you click on the state. I use the button to switch between the table and bar plot in place of. I use the drill down feature for this chart. When you click on the chart, a modal window with a table appears and is movable. Let's move on to the waterfall chart, the following graph. I like this graph because it shows how things have changed over the past 2 years, and the color helps you determine whether they are getting better or getting worse. Let's take a look. 2010, a total of 199 reports were received, an increase of 181 reports from 2009. Over 5 million people were impacted, a number that was rising over 5 million from 2009 to this year. As the light gray color fades, the red color grows. By the way, 2023 has only recently begun, so you can see that it is declining since there were only 32 reports in January 2023. When the year is over, you will notice a change. The final graph displayed the total number of reports from 2009 to 2023, broken down by entity. Walgreens received a total of 18 reports. You can see the date and place where the events occurred by clicking on the bar. The data displayed on the modal. Let's move on to the summary table. I used the reactable package to create this attractive table. When you click the arrow on the year, a nice summary chart showing the year is displayed. It's a table, but it included the nice bar charts and the icon charts. It took me a while to choose the color for this summary table. It's challenge when you have a dark theme. You don't want to overwhelming with colors, overwhelming with charts, and so on. When I am working with the summary data, I adore this package. If you are unfamiliar with CSS, it is more challenge. I should consider the following. What do I want to present data? Any summary data I should include? What kind of charts I should use? Style or no style for each variable? Which variables are the most important? Size of data. Overwhelming with many charts. Overwhelming with many colors. Too many variables in one table. Variable position is important. The width of column is important too. Start constructing a visualization table column by column. Anyway, let's get back to the table. You can access state information by clicking on the state. Additional features can be added to this table. You can check out my tutorial on how to use this package. The final two tabs were identical. One displayed the reports that are being investigated and the other displayed the reports that have been resolved. Laying out the inputs in columns makes them easier to read and more presentable, which I find to be kind of nice. Prototype right here. My initial steps involved gathering information, conducting research, and using GOOGLE. Second, I made a list of all my thoughts, features, inputs, and outputs. I started creating the supported functions for charts and tables. Next step would be creating server and interaction modules. We are almost there, just need to add a little bit JavaScript and CSS to the server and user interface. Finally, I put everything together and deploy the app. This is UI. This is server. And Plotly event. Thank you for watching. If you have any question, please let me know.